See here, Jordan.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Agent from Agent Mateo Guns with my boy, Mr. Recovery One Drone, aka Draymond Crawford. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing good, partner. And yourself?
It's been a long time since I've been on. It's been a
I
while.
know. I know. I said since almost end of summer 2023.
Yeah, it's been a while. It's been crazy. Man, work, you know, family,
Yeah.
and bills. Life never stop. You know what I mean? And as I've
Yeah.
told many others, if I was making my money on YouTube, I'll be here every day. But YouTube
Right.
is not my main bread and butter. But it is. Hopefully, in the near future, if it does, then hey, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Um, we're just gonna be here for a little bit, just talking about drones, drone news, anything Drake got going on, anything anybody want to talk about. Look, we have Mr. Northside
Dominic.
Hawk in the house. How you doing, bro? Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's good to be back. I might not be able to do it every day, but I'll try to do it as much as possible. If not on my regular Saturday, it will be on Sunday. I will try to stick with Saturday, but we'll see how it's gonna go. Besides that, man, how's the drone life treating you, man?
Uh, I have to say 2024 to this date, it's just a blessing, dude. I mean, business is picking up quite a bit. I can't complain at all. I mean, that means you're more busy, but that's what I wanted. I wanted to be busy, and I'm getting busy, so I can't
Okay,
complain at all. Can't complain at all, man. And just trying to grow the business, grow the brand is a big thing. I revamped my website beginning in January, put a brand new website up, and then like I say, had some more things with some folks down at the Exponential Drone Expo. Got a good sponsorship with Air Data to sponsor my show in whatever videos I want to put it on for a 20% discount. If you folks are interested in signing up for Air Data for your drones, it is compatible with just about every brand out there. I say every major brand. If you buy something DJI, Autel, Skydio, uh, Wingtra, especially anything in the enterprise level, and even down to the mini drones for DJI and Autel, you can use Air Data to keep track of your information about your drones. And I tell people it's not about just the flight information itself, but it tells you about your battery status
yeah.
all the time. It tells you about the health of your batteries. It tells you about maintenance that should be performance on your drones. So all this stuff is right there at your fingertips. You can have it on your phone as an app. You can have it on your PC or your Mac. So it works on both iOS and PC.
Now that's great. So I heard you that Air Data sponsored you, and now you have your own code to like a little 20% discount. Did I hear you correctly?
Right. That is correct. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That is
Okay. Let me
correct.
go ahead and say hi to Mew Drone 4K, 4 State Area Photography. God bless America. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. That Northside Hawk, man, that's him. I don't even know what to say. I mean, when I seen the little pop up,
Yeah.
and that's great. I mean, does it have any music on the video?
Yeah, I put the video together myself. They sent me the logo to put into the video. 'Cause I asked them, I say, hey, I want to use, make sure I
But
use
but
the
the music on
appropriate
the
logo.
video, is it something that will mess with the stream, or is it something that I can actually play freely?
So you play freely. The music's uh off of Epidemic Sound, and I picked a royalty free song, so you should have no problems at all.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and pull that up, ladies and gentlemen, so you guys can actually see Mr. Famous,
I
Draymond Crawford.
wouldn't say famous.
Share. Hold on one second. Share screen. I think that's it. So let me go ahead. Go here. Can you see that?
No, not seen it yet.
You
Okay,
can see it right now, right?
I see you scrolling the page now.
Okay. I was just making sure that you'll be able to see that. So give me a minute.
Okay.
Oh no, wait, wrong one. Doggone it. Yeah, I'm acting like I'm brand new. Like I forgot what the freaking thing to do. Damn. How do you put the thing by itself
Hang,
again?
hang on. Maybe I'll bring it up on my side. That might help better. Oh man. Let me see here.
Oh, I got it right
You
here.
got it? Okay.
Gone.
Yeah, you get confused trying to share a screen. Hey,
All right, so guys,
yeah,
check this out.
there. Yeah. So here's a little short clip.
Man, that's cool as hell.
Yeah, so like I said, I already done another commercial for my show, which is I air those at the last Sunday of each month. So that'll be the 26th of this month. I'll do my last call show, and then I'll do more of I'll show the logo and I'll talk about a little bit, probably about 30-second. We call it a 30-second commercial thing for air data on my show when I first start that up, and go from there.
Okay. So when it comes to the sponsorship that you with Air Data, is it just for this video or that they're gonna be one of your main sponsors for every video you make?
We didn't get into big detail about that. They just wanted me to be able to give me a promo code, and like I said, I can put it on all my videos, or I'll primarily do it on my show, the last call show, and I might squeeze it in. Like I said, I might do a whole video on air data. I've done one in the past, and I might do another one just talking about the pluses of the product and how it can help everybody from hobbyists to commercial pilots.
Okay.
So yeah, I guess I just want to start off. I mean, there's other companies I talk to there. That's why I went to the show. I want to network with people at the show. I didn't think I was going to get a sponsorship like this, but you never know what may happen. That's why I went there to network with people and everything else. Just I passed out a bunch of business cards and everything else, and I interviewed about a half a dozen people, folks I know I won't see again, but there are some folks I see on YouTube doing their shows and stuff. So that's why I tell people, I said, get a chance to go on these expos. I don't care if it's a big show or a small one. Go out there and meet people, especially if you're trying to get commercial work. This is a good place to gain sponsors or become a tester for somebody, because now you're face to face with people. Like I always tell folks, you're your own best salesman. So when you get face to face with somebody, you're selling yourself. And when I talked to the folks at their booth, I think they were kind of impressed, because the guy looked up my account right there and he said, "You got this many flights?" I said, "Yeah." And he said, "Oh man, you be flying." And I said, "Yeah, I do a little bit." And he saw the kind of work I do based on the patterns and stuff that he saw on the site. And he said, "Oh yeah, we might want to do something with you."
Okay.
Okay. I said, "Cool." The AZ drone in the house.
How you doing, brother? Thank you for popping in, man.
Rigor mortis. God bless America. I don't know who STE Knowles is. Does that sound familiar to you?
So is recovery one? What else? What's the
Recovery
code
One,
again?
Recovery One Drone 20
Okay.
for a 20% discount on air data. So if you go to sign up for their plans, there's always going to be a box for promo code. And you
So
can use
recovery 120.
Recovery One Drone 20.
Recovery
Okay.
one drone 20. Okay.
Yes, that is it. Hey, Lisa.
Yeah,
Good to see
let
you
me know if I
here.
did it correctly. I just put the little ticker there. How
That's
you
it.
doing, Lisa?
That is it, partner.
STE knows. Thank you for popping in. AZ Drone. Dude, thank you for popping in. Lisa Elicacciato. Thank you for popping in. How you doing? Yeah, just a little last minute show that I wanted to go ahead and pop on in. It's been a while since I've been here on YouTube.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try my hardest to be on normally like I used to before. Cannot make any promises. Um, if bills stop coming in, I might go ahead and do it there. But as long as bills keep
But,
coming in,
well,
I
you
don't
know how
think that
that
I'll be
is,
able to
man.
do it like I used to before.
Yeah, you know
But
how
I
it
will
is.
try.
Them bills keep coming in. That's why I like going to the mailbox.
Yeah. Thank you, Lisa. Yeah, it's been a while. Great to be here. It's been great to be here with my boy Dre. You'll check out Drummond Crawford drone channel. Make sure you go ahead and cap that Recovery One Drone 20 code, 20% off on air data. You'll be able to see your drone info, including batteries, drone health, if I'm not mistaken, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
You're on the phone app, or if you go online, check it out.
Right.
With Dre, on Crawford, AK Recovery One. Your help being sponsored by Air Data. Man, that's freaking amazing. That's awesome.
Yeah. So
That's awesome.
I
Hey,
but
it's like you say, hard work pays off eventually, right?
yeah, that's it, man. I've just been keeping my head down, trying to work hard, and like I tell folks, trying to do good work. I mean, I had to go back out today because I was out of the job yesterday, no, Friday, and I flew the Phantom 4 RTK, and I had some weird anomalies happen. Like the last 10 to 15 shots that I took came out very dark. I don't know if there's an SD card or something going on with the drone itself. So I went back out today because I talked to the client and I told him about what was happening. And I said, well, I had two issues going. I had a airspace issue going on, which the Phantom flew it no problem. I want to start using, like I said, I just picked up another Mavic 3 Enterprise, and I had the Mavic 3 Multi Spectrum out Friday. And for some reason, the Pilot 2 app wouldn't accept the unlock to fly at the altitude that I needed, which was 400 feet. It kept wanting me to fly at 197. So I went back out today. Like I said, I picked up another Mavic 3 Enterprise about 2 weeks ago. And let me give a shout out to DroneWorks, to Zach, and to Dobo, which is his business partner. Those guys really take care of me. I am a strong believer in shopping locally whenever I can, but uh, every time I need something and I call around and ask folks, I always find myself right back at DroneWorks talking to Zach, and Zach always tells me, "Don't worry, Dre, I'll take care of you," and he hooks me up every time, gives me exactly what
Okay.
I need and everything else. So I have to give a shout out to those guys there. They're right down the street from you in Florida. I think it's in Spring, is it Spring Hill or Spring, something like
Yeah,
that,
Spring Hill,
Florida.
Florida. Yeah.
Yeah, they're right there in Spring Hill, Florida. And like I said, they always take care of me. They always give me a fair price, uh, anything I'm looking for. So I have no problem with that. And they ship. When they ship it, it's here in like 2 to 3 days. My stuff shows up, and I'm in California. So with
Yeah.
somebody who's in Florida and get me something here in 2 to 3 days in California, you can color me impressed.
Yeah. Well,
Simple as that, man.
let me go ahead and say hi to STE knows. TH Jiggles FPV, thank you for popping in. Aldia's Time to Fly, thank you for popping in. Waypoint New
Yeah,
England, thank you for popping in. I really appreciate that. Let me go ahead and make you a moderator, brother, and go ahead and give you a range. So give me 1 second.
yeah. So you got
Where is
TJ
it?
Al, you got Captain Joe America there, Waypoint, New England,
Yeah, Waypoint in, thank you for
four
popping in. I really appreciate
four
it.
four states aerial photography.
Hey, USA Drone Flyer, Captain Joe America, thank you for popping in. I really appreciate that. Hey, Aldias, I went ahead and sent you a link if you want to pop on in.
Yeah. Make sure, folks, that you hit the thumbs up button. As always, the thumbs up button is not just to stroke our egos, but it helps spread the information that we put out on these live streams. So every time you go into anybody's live stream, do the polite thing and do the courtesy thing and hit the thumbs up so it gets replayed out in the algorithm of YouTube and it shows up on other people's streams. I should
Yeah.
say other people's homepage when they first log into YouTube. So that's the whole purpose of why people want you to hit the thumbs up, because that means that video gets pushed out there for other people to see. And talking about pushing videos, uh, end of last year, Adrian, I did a series of videos. I think it was 3 videos I did on the Mavic 2 Pro when it finally got the remote ID update. And I did one because the update came out kind of, I don't know, but no, covered up. It came out kind of sloppy. Uh, DJI released the update, but they failed to incorporate the full update for the whole system. They
So
sent
you're
out
saying the Mavic 2 Pro and the Mavic 2 Zoom got the remote ID ready update?
yes, they have the update. Now I'm gonna tell you what about it. They only sent out the firmware update for just the drone, and and it did not include the mandatory update for the controller. If you have the smart controller, or
Okay.
even if you have the whatever, if you get the original controller, the gray one with the little screen, and you use your phone or tablet to fly with, you had to update the DJI Go 4 app also for it to work with the new update to the drone. And I don't know why DJI did not incorporate it all in one update, but I covered that. And what was happening, people were doing the update initially, and they were getting the 180 error on their controller. As soon as they try to engage it, they'll get 180 error, and then it'll tell you contact DJI support. And then a lot of people were having issues with that. So once I talked to them and figured it out, I did a video on that, which quite a few folks have contacted me and thanked me for putting that out. And then I went ahead and did a video on how to add the remote ID onto your existing FAA registration. Well, the one thing of that is the FAA cut that off at the end of 2023. So if you have to update your registration today, you may have to re-register the whole drone and pay $5 again. So that was the only kind of downside of that. And I also went through and did a full update of all the other programs, the more popular programs that people use, like Litchi, Pix4D, Drone Deploy. I think those were the 3 I covered, along with the Go 4 app again, because people were getting that 180 error when they were trying to use these other programs with that drone. So those videos are out there. If you have a Mavic 2 Pro or a Mavic 2 Zoom, and if you're concerned about can you still fly, yes, you can. If you go ahead and do the update for it to make it remote ID compliant. But you will have to make sure you have the most recent uh, DJI Go 4 app to operate it. So like I said, you can look at my video for that, or you can go straight to the DJI download page and download the most recent version of the Go 4 app to make sure your phone, tablet is compatible to use with the new update firmware on the drone itself.
Okay.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah, I guess I seem to be continue to hit the as they say, hit the ball at the park on a couple of things, man, at the right time and everything. I was not expecting the outpour of people needing that information, and I still get people to this day thanking me for putting that out because people hasn't used their drone in a while. Especially those on the East Coast where it's been winter time, and now that it's clearing up, they're just not getting the drone out to go do some more work or something, and they're running to that 180 era issue.
This is the question that Teach went ahead and asked.
Right. TJ, I'm not fully understanding your full question. Are we not able to fly anymore or something? No, TJ, this is about the Maverick 2 Pro, the older drones. Been out about, I guess, 5 years now. But it was one of the I say since the when that came along, the Phantom 4 Pro was kind of like phasing out. The Mavic 2 Pro was kind of like the heir apparent to the Phantom 4 Pro. It has some great features with its 1-inch sensor, adjustable aperture. So a lot of people still use that drone because it has the best of both worlds. It's got the 1-inch sensor. It has the adjustable aperture, which a lot of the other drones were not. The Air 2S, the Air 2, they all. I think it was the Air 2 had the 1-inch sensor, but it didn't have adjustable aperture. And then all these mini drones that have come out, none of them have an adjustable aperture. And those who really understand photography know what I'm talking about, being able to adjust the aperture of your camera. So those who are into that type of photography work, that they want that kind of detailed, as I say, control, they know what having an adjustable aperture means. I say a lot of drones we sell today do great jobs. All the mini threes, fours, and all this kind of stuff, they do great jobs out of the box for a lot of everyday ordinary stuff. But when you start doing commercial work where you might need to have a little more knowledge in photography itself, you talk to people like Jeff Norman. You talk to people like who's the other guy up in Washington? Lance Cadena, Alex. What's Alex's last name? Down there in Miami area. Those guys are photographers, or even Vic Moss. Those guys are photographers, and they can tell you about the benefits of having adjustable aperture when they're out there shooting something. The Mavic 3, like I say, it's a great drone with that largest sensor, that 4/3 sensor in the Mavic 3. Escardo, thank you, Alex Escardo down in Miami. Thank you, Avi Drone. Yeah, and so like I say, you're getting a lot more sensor out there and stuff. But like I said, if those who work with cameras on the ground and so to speak, they know the advantages of being able to have adjustable stuff. Oh yeah, Lisa. If your drone came with remote ID built into it, you're good to go. You're golden. You're golden. All the other drones, the Mavic 3 Classic, Pro, Cine, all those are good to go. If I'm not mistaken, anything from the Phantom 4 V2 going forward has remote ID built in it. Even some of those minis, if you're using a larger battery that kicks it over to 250 gram weight, it has remote ID built into it. So like I say, unless you're flying something like say the Mini 1, the Mini SE, the Mini 2, then and like I said, if you're flying it for commercial purposes, let me put that in there, for do work, then you may have to get a module. But anything else, the Air 2S, the Air 2, anything else that's came out in the last year, even I believe the Avata 2 and Avata 1 all have remote ID built into them. Yes, TJ, they all have them built into it. Yeah. So yeah, there'd be no problem with those. That's one thing. That's one thing I can say. DJI did do well for those of us who have older drones, is that they went back and made sure a large portion of those drones can still be flown for commercial or even recreational use. If you have the bigger ones like the Phantoms, a lot of folks like those Phantom 4, especially the V2s. Uh, they're still good to go.
I have to freaking my mic on mute. That's good to know, Drake.
Yeah.
I haven't flown my Mavic 2 Pro or the Mavic 2 Zoom in a little while. And like you were saying with the smart controller,
Hmm.
you said, if I recall correctly, you said that it will update the drone, but not the smart controller, right?
Yeah, on the Mavic 2 Pro, they
What
did
about
not
the Mavic
include.
2 Zoom? Because they pretty much
That's
kind of the same.
yeah, the same thing. Mavic 2 Zoom, Mavic 2 Pro. You just got to make sure that
So
you
does that
know.
mean that I have to plug the drone into my computer, or can I do it use where as long as I have the remote connected to my Wi-Fi?
Yeah, you can do it either way. If you have a strong enough Wi-Fi, you can get away with it. If your Wi-Fi is kind of shaky, I would hook it up to your computer and go through the DJI. What do you call that little program they have there? I can't think of it right top of my head, but you know what I'm
It's
talking
the
about.
DJI
DJI.
website. I understand.
Yeah, you can go through that little program they have for you to do updates on your drones and stuff. Let me. I know I got it somewhere on my thing. Let me check it. If I get the name out there. DJI Assist. That's what it is. The
What's going on,
DJI.
Aldias?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
I
Yeah,
can hear
we
you.
hear you, dude.
I think you need to go
Yeah,
to mute the chat.
What's all that gray stuff on the side of your head, man?
I'm getting old. That's why I shave it down short,
That's
so I don't
wisdom,
see that
Drake.
gray stuff. But it's
That's
catching up.
wisdom. That's what it
That,
is.
that wisdom. Hey, you look like
Wisdom,
you
Nothing
yes.
lost a
but
little weight.
wisdom.
Lost a little weight too, dude. Looking good.
I'm walking a little bit more. I'm walking a little bit more. Doing a little bit more exercise.
Yeah,
So
good,
yeah, how you been doing, Dre? Adrian?
man. I
Doing
can't
pretty
complain,
good.
man. Can't complain, brother.
All
So
right.
I'm like
Adrian,
you.
you're
I'm,
looking.
I'm getting old.
Yeah, but I'm banged up old. Back is all messed up. Just when I thought my knee got better and stuff like that, my back bulging disc in L4, L5, got a steroid
Wow.
injection. Yeah, so now they got a nerve block is what's up, man. That's going on next. So I'm trying to lose
Hmm.
weight to not feel
Take the
so much
pressure.
discomfort. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Adrian, you're looking pretty blue there.
Yeah, I painted the inside of my house.
Looking good. Looking good.
Yeah, I painted when it used to be green, it's blue now. And then the other part, it used to be white, now it's brown.
Okay.
I mean, it used to be brown, now it's white. Hey, Jim Jordan, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate it. I'll be drone Dano. Thank you for popping in.
Yeah, that's the Canadian contingency's rolling in here.
Hey, Jim. What's going on?
Yeah.
What about you? Did you hear the great news about our boy, Recovery One drone? You reading the little ticker? That's
No.
there.
What do you mean the ticker? What ticker?
The-
Oh, the air data code?
Yeah,
Yeah.
our
Yeah.
boy is actually sponsored by Air Data, so he got his own
Nice.
little code for Air Data.
Sweet.
Hey, Jody Jones, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Jody.
Our boy's moving on up.
Yeah. Well, I talked to Al before I went down, and that's why I told him the reason I'm going. It was the network, and that's the benefit of going down to one of these expos is to
Yeah, I always forget about
meet
those
and greet.
expos. And,
Yeah,
I'm not, I go on Facebook. I don't go very much, Dre. I'm kind of like, I don't do much social media stuff as I
right.
probably should. Like you take advantage of that stuff. I like
Yeah.
kind of like being in the show, which is probably not good, but
Hey,
Well,
Drone News Media, how you doing, buddy? Thank you for
like
popping
I
in.
say, you just get in the loop with the right. For like I said, I've been chit chatting back and forth with people like Vic Moss and a few other folks, man, to try to keep me in the loop of what's going on. And I even try to sit in on the FAA webinars and stuff like that, dude. And some of these other companies that do webinars, I'm sitting in my office at work and I'll click it on and I'll listen for 30 minutes to an hour to talk about their products and stuff, man. Just trying to stay in it. That's how I found out about the Anzel drones. I'm like, what's going on here? And next you know, I'm in a webinar. They're talking about it. The next I know, I see dude on the guy's show out of South Africa, Gary Mortimer. He's on his show and stuff. And so I reached out and talked to the guy, Randall, and about some stuff. And I was about to have him on my show. And I kind of glad I waited a little bit, because the more I kept finding out about the drone, it's a great product. The specs are good, but the software still needs to come along a little bit. I guess Aloft is doing the software side of things for them. And like I say, like you and I, Al, we do mapping stuff, for jobs, and they're not ready to do that yet. So
See, I was under the assumption that they had all their mapping, all their software stuff kind of etched out and already ready to go and stuff like that for a soft,
not
with a soft launch. I know they
no
haven't done their hard launch yet.
no. Like I said, it flies manually is all it can do for the soft launch right now. But all the other stuff is coming in June, I think, because Daryl Williams has had a hands-on demonstration with it, and that's what he was telling me, that it'll have all the mapping capabilities, stuff like that. Because those are the questions. Like I told Randall, I reached out to him and talked to him. I said these are the questions I'm going to be asking, because that's the information that people like myself, like you, anybody else who wants to buy this thing, we need to know the details. Am I going to be able to do this? Is it going to be third-party compatible or open for me to download other software onto the controller and all this kind of stuff, so I can use it on different jobs?
Hey, brother Joe, give me a minute. Let me say hi to Gary, Brown Ariels. Thank you for popping in. Michaels, Joan RC, and Knives. Thank you for popping in. I really appreciate that.
Hey, Gary.
Ron Gibbs Media, thank you for being here.
What's going on?
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm interested in the no fly feature, but
yeah, and now the thing
once
says no geofencing, which is great.
That's what I mean. No geofence.
Yeah, no geofencing, which would be great, because I don't know what it is. I had an issue this weekend with my Mavic 3 Enterprise drones. I've used it unlocked on every drone I have. I'm a Phantom 4 RTK, the Mavic 2 Pro, but the Pilot 2 app would not accept the unlock. They kept saying that my waypoints were above the zone limit, even though I had an unlock to go above the zone limit from the FAA, and I got the unlock from DJI, and all the other drones work fine. Everything else works fine. If I put up another drone, the zone lock is 197. I need to go to 400, and I say all my other drones work great. But this is the kicker, Al. If I use the unlock with the Mavic 3 Enterprise, if I fly it manually, it'll go above 197. The unlock works. But if I try to put the KMM file in, go through the Pilot 2 app, it won't let it go.
That thing is a hassle, but if you go through the right switch, you have the right documentation, you can get it done. I mean, if it wasn't for you kind of motivating me to continue, I would have never got the clearance to fly in San Diego and in Arizona, as well as Arizona.
Right. Yeah, it baffled me, because like today, I broke out of my brand new, about another Mavic 3E, about another one 2 weeks ago. And I put all the information in, went through all the unlocks, went through all the updates.
Who'd you get it from? Where'd you go? Who'd you get?
I'll just tell you, I bought it through DroneWorks.
Okay.
Zach, DroneWorks.
Zach.
I bought it through them, got it to me in 2 days and stuff, man. And sent it out there, Duke. I'm thinking my other one, I said, I'll find out if something wrong with my other controller or it's the drone. Same problem, dude. Same issue. I'm like, it's something within the app itself where it's not recognizing the unlock to allow it to go above the part.
Could it be the new firmware update we just got on?
You know what? That's what I was thinking, because I haven't had to fly my Mavic 3s in a controlled area yet, not right off the bat, because I've flown them in a couple other locations, which is basically Class G, and like I said, I've been using a lot of terrain awareness. So that drone, technically, for where I take off at, has flown above 400, but I got in terrain awareness, so wherever it's flying, still stay at 400 or below, because the terrain is changing, because of different elevations on the ground. So I'm not having any problems with that. So I thought, like, this is so weird that, I'm in this. It was a weird unlock to start with, because I was in 2 different controlled airspaces, one out of Ontario and one out of Chino. And Ontario is at 400 and Chino is 197. Come at the end of the runway for Chino.
Oh, wow.
So it won't let it go above the 197 come out of Chino Airport. So it's like I said, like I was telling Adrian begin the show, I normally fly my Phantom RTK out there because, like I say, it's a small job, only about 50 acres. Getting out, but it did some weird things with my last 15 shots came out very dark. And I don't know if it's the SD card or what. All the rest of the shots is 150 shots it took. The last 15 shots came out real dark.
And you did the update on it?
Oh yeah, the RTKs. There ain't no more updates for that. Once I update that thing to Motor ID, I have no other updates, and it's been working fine. It just did this. It did this to 2 different jobs within the last 60 days.
Wow. I've had an issue with the RTK on the Enterprise. It takes forever to. I don't have the setup like you have. I just connect through the network since we have it free.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And I told you that's going to happen. I told you. I said when you use that one in California, it's kind of hit and miss.
Yeah. And I've even taken off and hovering in the air like 300 feet. It still takes forever to connect.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
And I was trying to use the slope route, that new feature on the Enterprise, but I just flew that facade thing on manually. It was just it was just easier.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while, Jim Droning.
Yeah. Like I said, that system for California, that RTK Intrip system, that's what it's called, Intrip system. Great ideal. It's just poor execution because I was dependent upon that initially. But I couldn't get. I remember one place I used it. I could actually see the college, the mountain behind it that the system's sitting on, about no more than 4 miles away from me. Yeah. And I remember one time I got it connected. It flew the first battery, came back, put the second battery in. It wouldn't reconnect.
Forever. Yeah.
I was like,
well, that's why you have the base station, right? Because it connects a lot quicker.
That's why I bought the base station. I'm like, the base station never fails. Never get a connection problem. Base station is always there 100 and stuff. Because other than that, like I said, I don't want to be out here no 4 or 5 hours just trying to get connection on a job I should have been no more than an hour on.
Yeah. When you're burning batteries just trying to connect it.
Yeah, I'm burning batteries and burning time. So I can tell everybody, you know more just like I do. The more efficient you are when you go do these jobs, that's where your profit comes in.
Yeah. Well, that's why I tried to do the slope route. I tested it like 2 days before it, and it would not connect. So I said, "F it, I'm just going to do it manually." Set the shutter at 2 seconds, and just put it on what's it called, the trolling or cinema on the sticks.
Yeah,
and
tripod mode.
Tripod. There you go, and it just go through the building doing it.
Right.
So.
Yeah, I've done those before with the Mavic 2 Pro and even with a Phantom. I just sit there and just tick, count to 3 and hit the shutter button and stuff and knock it out. So I've done that. And like I say, some of these things when they work, they are nice when they work. A lot less hassle and stuff, but when they don't work, that's when it starts to become a headache. You say, you know what, let's just go back to the old school way and just get it done.
Yeah.
That's it. Everything. So you gotta do a video, man, of your trips down in San Diego and Arizona, dude.
Adrian, Dre, I'm not that very like dude, you are, in front of the camera. And
dude,
I just
do it on your phone.
Nobody wants to hear what I'm doing. Dude, believe me, nobody wants to hear.
You don't hear me talking a whole lot.
Dre, this is one thing that Aldi even tell me on the phone. He said, well, I'm not like you, Dre. You got to love the camera, blah, blah, blah. Man,
I did tell her that. I love the camera.
You know what, Aldi? You'd be surprised. Once you do it so often, man, you get used to it. At first, I was nervous. Now,
it's hard for me to get on these live stream and see my ass on camera. That's kind of difficult for me. So to do what you guys do, especially you, Dre. I tout you a lot when I'm talking to Adrian on the phone.
Dude, I can say I can talk in person. I'm comfortable with people. Getting on this live stream, it took me a while to get used to this. I'm just like you. It took me a while to get used to it. And know who encouraged me? Lawrence. Lawrence, the one encouraged me. Just do it. Just keep doing it. You get used to it. You'll get used to a certain style that you do. You create your own style or whatever, or you emulate somebody else's style, and you just go for it. And stuff. But Lawrence, the one kept pushing me. Get out there. Show your stuff. And I'm like, okay, you know. And like I said, I told Adrian, I said I just did a new website for myself to put out there. And like I said, you never know who's going to see what you do. That's going to send you a text message, an email, or a phone call, and that might be the next big job.
You want to go ahead and pop you want to share the website real quick so we can see it? I've never
Go
seen
check
it.
it out, Dre. Put it on there.
Oh, my
You know,
website.
share.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead and share that screen now. I'll let it through.
Jim, we
For a
don't want to
second, I
see your
forgot how to
ass.
do
We
it.
don't
You know,
want to
it's
see
been a
that.
while.
Okay, let me bring it up here. Let me see how we share this stuff here. Present. Okay. Slides, video, share screen. Here we go. Share screen.
Oh my god. We got a pretty little crowd. We got 18, 19 people watching. Appreciate
Okay.
it.
You guys see it now?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
It's on
That's
screen.
that's the top part. We got the phone number up here. And
Are you paying someone to do the service for you, Dre?
yeah. That's web.com is my hosting service.
Okay, but you're not designing it. They're doing
No,
everything.
I did this. I designed this.
Okay.
I used one of their templates they had, and then I
Yeah.
just kind of put my own stuff in there.
It's easy to do. I know a lot of people like to
Hey, brother, Mr.
pay
Skyfly, how you
somebody
doing?
to do it, and it's a ton of cash.
Yeah,
It's good that you're doing your own. It's not hard.
Yeah, I do my own, like, and I can see here. I got to tell a lot of people. I put in my qualifications. That's what I do. My qualifications is my calling card. You know?
Yeah.
I got my inspections, there, QSP, OSHA 30, FEMA certified, MPDS inspector, FAA Part 107. I got my infrared certification about a couple months back.
Oh, nice! You did get it.
Yeah, I did get it. Yeah. It was a pain in the butt test, dude. I was like, wow, and stuff. And just some basic information stuff with some of the pictures I've taken. I took this picture on a housing project right below. Took a picture going up I-15, going up to the Cahoon Pass, and it goes down here. This is a picture I took at Catalina Island when I went there 2 Mother's Days ago. Took my wife out there and stuff. And you put your information in here, tell a message, send it to me, and stuff. And then I got some testimonials from some people. This is a picture I took here in the inner part of the cities of San Bernardino, the park with the lake in it and stuff. And then I got some testimonies here. You go through. Company I do business with, Trace Air. Buddy of mine does inspections, gave me a testimonial. And then I say another company I do work with, Fly Guys and stuff. And then that's about it.
It looks good. That's what you need. Right
Yeah, it looked great.
Yeah. And like I said, these are just pictures I've taken of places that I put in myself. Boom, 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 boom. And the partners of people I work with, most of all the housing tracks I do with this company right here that I do work for. All their mapping. These guys, Tracy, I'm doing a lot of solar work. No, these guys right here, both these guys I do most of my mapping with. Fly Guys, I do a lot of my solar work with, and I've done Amazon work also doing their solar.
So you got like a little partnership with Amazon as well?
Well, actually, I got it through these guys, Fly Guys. They started me out working with Amazon, some small work, and it just kept growing.
So when it comes to the Amazon, does that mean that if I use like something Amazon's / recover on drone, you get like a little kickback? Is that how that works?
No. I'm a contractor, just like anybody else. If I was doing a roofing work or a painting job, I'm a contractor.
Okay.
That's all. That's how it all goes. And like right here is my own little, spiel of what I'm doing. And like I tell people, I say you can be a road warrior or you can try to establish yourself in your area. Like I said, I don't try to go into LA. I stay out of Orange County, which is going down towards San Diego area, and I don't try to go up there in Al's neighborhood. I stay right in my own backyard. But I say anything that happens in my own backyard.
Sorry, Dre. I'm infiltrating any place I can.
And like I said, I got no problem with that. But like I said, my main thing, like I said, my little spiel here, I just tell them, hey,
thank you, Gary.
If something happens in my area, I want you to call me. I'm the man, you know, and go from there. They asked me
Don't I
about
was
my
just saying,
hair.
aren't you SWIP certified? I didn't see your
Yes.
SWIP
Well,
certification on it.
my QSP is my
Oh,
SWIP.
that's okay.
Yeah,
All right.
my SWIP falls under my QSP, qualified SWIP practitioner. That's what it stands for, and that comes out of University of Davis. My name is listed on their directory. There's all the people in the state of California. If you need a QSP, my name is listed in the state of California under their directory and stuff.
Nice.
Uh,
The website
yeah,
looks good. It looks great. I use
yeah,
Weebly for mine.
yeah. Okay, yeah. So like I say, just try. Like I say, as I grow, I'm just trying to make sure my brand grows and looks professional.
Well, you put your name out there, Dre. You know,
Well,
ain't,
that's the
ain't nobody, ain't too many people walking away from the camera or to the camera in slow motion and putting their name out there. You do it
Hey,
well, brother. You do it well.
Alias, not just that. He comes up from the steps, slow
Yeah,
motion,
he does.
comes out
Yeah.
the car, slow motion. I mean,
It's like watching the old cowboy westerns. You know what
you
I
see
mean?
what I'm
They're
saying?
ready to duke it
Hey,
out.
hey, hey,
that's
look, he
what
got what he
that's
does.
what I
He
get. That's why I
walking.
get my inspiration. I said, dude, I'm watching commercials. I'm watching movies. And I'm like, okay, that's why they do it like that. That's how they
Hey,
get these different camera angles and all this kind of stuff.
Alias, he even got one. We got his little suit. What they have you see him go like the lapel just, touches. I mean, like, go on, Dre. Yeah, he got
So,
it.
like I said, I'm taking up all the tips I can get, man. All the tips I can get.
Well, you're doing well at it. You're doing
Yeah,
well at it.
and a lot of times I wish I had a partner to work with, man. I mean, when you try to do this all by yourself, it's hard if you be behind every camera. You can't be in every position to make sure the mic is working good, or you got good focus, or you got good, how you post. What's it called? The term they call it framing. You got good framing, and sometimes you just got to just
Goes
go
in your
with it.
shot.
Yeah, you just got to just go with it and see what comes out. You just got to just feel it. And like I said, believe me, there's a lot of stuff that ends up on the cutting room floor. What you guys see.
Yeah, how many
Yeah.
takes, right? I mean,
Yeah, how many
I'd get
takes
pissed off and give up. Be like,
Yeah,
enough is enough.
yeah, all that kind of stuff. Everything.
Oh, Adrian, you got 25 likes, huh? Nice.
Yeah, good deal.
Is this something you're doing every week, or you just like another 6 months? We'll see again.
For one, I don't even want to go ahead and put it out there because I don't even want nobody to steal the goddamn slots like they've been doing lately. But it seems like now Saturday just saturated with everybody want to be on. So
Is it? I think it's
if this
kind of
actually
like
gonna
less
work for
people
me,
are streaming. I think less
if this
people are
actually
streaming
gonna
like
work for me on Sunday like this, I might go ahead and do it. On Sundays. I don't know, but I'm gonna try to be on more often. But I can't make any promise, like I said earlier.
Yeah. We'll see you in 6-7 months.
You never know.
That's why I only commit to doing one Sunday a month, dude. That's why I call my show The Last Call, the last Sunday of each month. That way
It takes time. I'm sure it's a commitment.
Well,
I
like
don't
I
know how you
say,
guys even do it one time a month.
and that's what I'm saying. When you try to do it once a week, you start getting pressured that you got to have something every week, and it needs to be fresh. Because like I said, when you have a dozen so shows every week that everybody filters into, and you got to worry about if somebody else is on a day before yours or an hour before yours is going to cover the information that you have. I learned that lesson back in high school. I think it was my 11th grade year. Had a history class, and that teacher used to make sure every day he would pick a role, and that role he would pick, each student had to give a news report on something that happened, off the news. He said, I don't care if you got it from the newspaper or you got it from TV or whatever source you had it from. So, and the thing is here, you couldn't just think about, I'll just watch this one story or read about this one thing that happened, because if the person in front of you, sitting in front of you, says it, you can't duplicate. So that got me into watching the news, the whole news when I was a young kid, was that class, because I had to sit there and watch the whole hour of news to make sure I got enough information for the next day. This guy wanted to do current events. That's what he called current events. And I was always like the fourth or fifth person in my role. So I got 5 people, 4 or 5 people in front of me can give whatever story they wanted to give before it got to me. and stuff. So that's what got me watching the news. That right there. So I got used to that kind of thing. Well, okay, you just can't be relying on one thing. If somebody else already says it, then what do you bring it to the table?
Well, everybody's doing a unique thing on their streams. I
Yeah,
usually catch the replays if I can't catch it live.
yeah, yeah. I just saw that, or I know like some people have backed up. I know Johnny's doing his every other week. Captain Ray Kelly's
I've
doing
seen
his
that.
every other week, and so a few other folks have cut back. It's just tough after a while, you know, and everything. And like I said, if you got somebody else doing the same thing, you know, people you worry about the number of people who are coming in and stuff. That's why I said I try to focus mine on the commercial side because everybody else that's out there is mainly doing hobby stuff. You know, all the mini drone stuff and things of that nature stuff. I said, well, let me try to focus on rules and regulations, things that affect the commercial aspects of the business, and go from there. You know,
It's good info. That was good
yeah,
info.
that's what I'm just trying to. Just good info that hopefully it helps somebody out. And like I said, the videos I do in between, you know, I just try to throw out whatever's going out there, what's new, what's happening out there in the drone community, especially as far as commercial work.
Adrian, you're mute. You're muted.
Yeah, you're muted, Adrian.
It's been a long time. That's what happens, right? When you're away for so long.
Yeah, it is. I want to say hi to Sky Control Production. Thank you for popping in. The Pro Cut, Mr. Skyfly. Hey, Dre, this is a question here. I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Yeah, I see. I say doing the work. I'm fine right now. I'm not overwhelmed with the work. But I said when you're trying to do video of your work, how you do your work, your workflow, that's when you kind of wish you had a team. And I know I can't think of his name. Sky Control. I'm trying to think of his real name, but Sky Control. I know his same thing where he's out there by himself and he tries to do a lot of self video on how he's doing things. And it's like he said, I remember one time he's talking about how he was trying to get a crew together, and everybody's always nodding their head. Yeah, I got you. Until the day it comes, and everybody's got something else going on, and then you're stuck. You know,
that's why everybody buys those 360 cameras, right? So they can get
yeah.
multiple camera angles without just doing it on their own.
Yeah, that's why I said I'd like that. You know, the Osmo Pocket 3. I picked that up. It's a nice camera. You got the facial recognition to track you a little bit, all that kind of stuff. Using that with the mic, so I don't have to stand right there close by. I can walk around, all that kind of stuff. I got about maybe 2 other of those Femi Pocket Pros. I can use those also for B-roll stuff, just to get a different angle. That's one of the little few things I learned in film class in college is that, you know, use multiple angles whenever you can and stuff. And that's why one of the big things I did with my live stream is I always try to use at least a minimum of 2 cameras to get multiple angles, even though I might be talking into one camera, but get a off angle shot every once in a while. You know, the main camera might be 3 to 5 minutes on you, and then you get maybe 5 to 10 seconds off angle shot of you, and it helps to keep the audience engaged when they're watching your stuff and everything. And the same thing when I'm out in the field, like I said, you know, use a camera, use my phone, splice it all together real quick.
Let me ask you this, Dre, just out of curiosity. Are you doing it after you finish the job, then you send it up and you do your thing? Or are you doing it before you start the job? Or are you doing it in the process of your job?
I would say some parts in the process, but I finish it all at the end. I don't do any editing. I might get a shot of the drone on the ground before I launch it. You know, little small bits like that, and everything else. Because I don't want to be out there any longer than I have to, because it's still work.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, okay, get a quick shot of the drone on the ground. Get a quick shot like the one I did today. Get a quick shot over my shoulder of the drone taking off. It's an autonomous flight, so I'm just like, okay, just hold the camera here. You stand there, hit the little button on the controller. The drone takes off. Okay, boom, got that. And at the end of the job, you just sit there, boom, 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 boom. I ain't trying to create no masterpiece. Just quick little shot. I'm making shorts when I'm out in the field. Just making quick little shorts. Boom. Now, when I'm back here in my office, like I am now, or I'm at work, then I have time to sit there and talk and all this kind of stuff. Do a little more editing.
See you later, Lisa.
Added in maybe something from a website, something, some rules and regulations. Then that's a little more process. But I'm not in the field though. I'm sitting at home. I got all the time to do it. And that's one thing. Also, I'm always trying to mix up what I do. I don't just depend upon shorts only. I might do maybe a couple of shorts, but I also try to make sure I do a long version video or something. And I don't get too wrapped up how long it is. A lot of folks say, "Well, keep it under 2-3 minutes." I'm like, if I'm talking, it's gonna be 8 minutes to 15 minutes if I'm talking about something.
I see that, Dre. I don't even upload video. I was telling Adrian the other day. I was talking to him. I don't upload video to my YouTube as much as I used to. It's just I don't feel I'm not motivated. It's like, you know what, man. I don't want to crash any of my drones. 2, I'm just not motivated to do it. And if I'm not getting paid, why should I do it? That's what I think.
See, that's my whole thing, and that's why I say while I'm doing it, I don't let it take away from my job. Like I say, I just go ahead like the screen recordings. If I'm prepping to do whatever I'm doing, my screen recordings, ain't no big deal to slide that thing down until it start recording, and I let it record. I got a 64 or 128 gig, SD card in that slot. Just let it record, and when I stop it, when the drone comes back and finish, I'll turn it off. So like I said, then I can go home and see what parts I want to put in there, and that's it. And stuff.
So you see what Gary wrote there?
Hey guys, they went ahead and put a poll out there for you guys to go ahead and let me know what you'll think. So if I got,
I can't see the poll.
Yes. Huh?
How come I can't see the poll? I'm not on YouTube. That's why.
No, you got to go to YouTube to see it, and then vote.
Yeah. I saw Procus says he posts every day. Now I'm not motivated enough to post every day.
No, live stream once a week.
No, I'm talking about what ProCut put down.
Okay.
I post every day, alternating shorts and long form. I'm not that motivated. I can tell folks I don't fly every day. And Al's going to back me on this. I fly enough to get paid to satisfy my appetite.
That's what people like, being my own my own business now, and not doing what I was doing before. I'm totally committed to this. And of course I'm coaching football, but that's like in the evening times over here.
Right.
If I'm not flying, I'm kind of like sending emails, doing cold calls, which I hate to do, and doing things of that nature. So it's not always flying and things. I wish it was every day. That'd be great. But it's not the case.
I've never been motivated, even when I first started getting into this. I needed to have that itchy desire to get out and fly every day. I'm like, no, I'm just. And like I say, I just tell you from my standpoint, when I got into this, it was always from a business perspective because it was always like a tool that I would use on my job when I was an inspector. I said, I'm using this as a tool. So when I leave the job, the drone is done for the day. I don't need to take it home or whatever. And there's been points where I leave one drone in my office at work. So I always have a drone there just in case if I get a call, I can just grab it and go. But I don't. I mean, there's weeks. Like I said, usually I'll do a video when I go out and do my jobs and stuff. Like I said, for the city part, like I said, we're redoing the bridge over the railroad yard. Updates for that. I was asked to do that. So I said, what you guys see is just extra footage of stuff that I take for the city. I'm already there. And stuff,
And then you post it.
So,
there's a couple people here. If you're monetized, I could see you doing the shorts.
Yeah.
I'm not monetized. I've been on YouTube forever. I think most of probably bulk of my subscriptions when I was first flying years ago, when I was flying the Apple HQ. When it was just being built, Apple Park.
Right.
But that's not drawing any more interest. And
I
don't know. I mean, but it does make sense. If you're monetized, I could see you,
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not, it's never about my desire to become monetized. I'm not seeking to get monetized. But then then this YouTube thing starts to become a requirement because you have to maintain a certain level to stay monetized and stuff.
Or you can stay
No,
positive, like Skyfly Control says, or
Yeah,
Sky Control.
that's
I
it.
post every day keeps me from chasing women and drinking.
Well, I can say I don't have those issues, partner,
Yeah,
but
I'm married.
yeah. So I don't have those issues, but like I say, some folks need it. I know some folks use it as a relaxing tool to go fly for other issues in their life and go from there. And I say, God bless you. It's just never a requirement. But when I do go out and fly, if I do stuff like I've told other people I've done the shows, when I go out and fly, I practice a lot of stuff, especially when I fly for the city, because there's no hard requirements of what I do. Anything I bring back to them, they're excited. So like the last video I did where I did the orbit excelling up the stack of the train yard, dude, that was all a practice move just to see if I could do it and keep it
I think
smooth.
that's in it. That's the one you were chasing the trains too, right? Wasn't it?
No,
that was
I
the
just
bridge one.
No, this one I just did the other day. I was out there and I came from the reverse side of the train yard, closer to the stack, so I could see the drone more better. Because I usually fly from the other side off the parking structure, and I said they had about 4 sets of bridge supports put in there, and I flew that, and then I said let me go ahead and see if I can do, I orbit a stack. Orbiting anything is no big deal, but can you, I always challenge myself. Can I?
When did you do this? When did you do this? You posted it recently?
Yeah.
Show us. And
Okay.
Captain Joe has a question for you.
Captain Joe, go to Pilot Institute's page and look for recertified. They got a link that takes you straight to the test, to the FAA site to take the test.
I think Waypoint New England put it down further down.
Yeah.
Put it in there.
Right.
Any aggressive Karens? What is this?
Yeah.
I haven't had any issues with that.
No, I have never ran into an aggressive Karen at all, ever.
And if as stupid as it sounds, I'm wearing a vest, and I think that kind of sets people at ease. I mean, is it safe to say? I don't know. I think at least that's what I think. Yeah,
I say the same thing. Okay, let me bring this up here. Okay, hang on here a second.
Hey, nothing much has changed with Adrian, huh? He leaves the show just like he did 7 months ago.
Let me go ahead and share this.
Shut up. I'm on the phone. Important call.
Why aren't you all dressed up? You guys had a polo shirt? You got a polo? You look at you.
Yeah, it is. Hey, Adrian, do you need to share something?
Yeah, I'm about to share this.
There's show that video.
I want to see this. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't see this.
Yeah.
And that's a stack at the train yard, or is that a shipping yard?
Yeah, it's train yard. Now it wants to buffer for some reason. I don't know why. Here we go. So this is like I said, it's a difficult move because you're using three parts of your controller. You're not just orbiting, but you're also ascending upwards at an even pace. So this is me practicing.
It's hard. That's a difficult move to do. That's a multiple move, right? Especially if you're moving the gimbal.
Right. I am moving the gimbal at the same time, especially towards the end. I'm at the top. I'm moving the gimbal. But just to maintain that flight, you're orbiting around it and you're ascending at the same time. And you try to do it in a nice, smooth, cinematic pace. Because like I said, now you get a nice reveal shot of the train.
No herky-jerky.
Yeah, no herky-jerky. Now you get a nice reveal of the train yard right here. And you just come around. Now you see the background. Now you see me moving the gimbal because I'm getting towards the top. And I'm still ascending upwards.
What's up, Matador? How you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm still going up, and now I'm bringing the gimbal down just as slowly as I'm also orbiting and ascending up.
This is the bridge, the bridge they're building over the railroad.
Right.
That project.
Nice. That project. Yeah. So
vest and hard hat keeps the Karens and cops at bay for sure.
Yep.
At least that's my experience.
So that's what I'm saying here. That was just me practicing that shot. And this is the other part, just flying between bridge supports, no big deal there.
No Avada for you, Dre? No
You know what,
Avada.
dude? I almost fell. I almost fell into the trap. I almost fell into the trap.
I sold my
I mean,
first one. I had two of them. I had a backup and one. I smashed, lost control, switched from
mhm,
normal to manual mode, and I think I touched the gimbal and I was freaking out. And
mm,
man, I smashed into the wall at CVS. Good thing nobody was there. But
yeah,
I sold my backup, the whole thing, the whole kit. I just sold it.
yeah.
I did.
I
I
said,
did pick up an Avata 2, and I've only
uh-huh.
flown it two times in the 2 weeks I've had it.
Yeah,
I'm
I
not
was.
very. I'm not very impressed. I'm underwhelmed.
A couple of people have said that. A lot of other folks love it. But like I said, I was getting the itch. And you know me, I'm looking for the deal. I was looking for the Vada 2. I said, well, I know the Vada 1's going to go down at least 50%. So I mean, Johnny had one that he took to the South Florida drone meetup. I said, Johnny, if you don't sell it there, I'll buy it off of you and stuff. And he ended up selling it. And I was kind of glad that he did because, like I say, I come to my senses and say, okay, why would I want to buy this Avada when I really don't have a strong need for it? Because, like I said, I have the skill set. I believe that I can put something in fixed wing mode, the old drones, and get the same type of footage that you get with Avada. You know, so like I said, I ended up buying that second Mavic 3 Enterprise. Just I turned around and said, you know what? Let me buy what I know is going to help me down the road instead of something I'm just going to try to force it into something I don't really need and stuff. So that's why I made a decision to buy another Mavic 3 Enterprise drone instead. What's up, Maddie? So yeah, that was the whole deal with me, dude. I was like, you know, I was hearing so much about it, and what really got me itchy when I saw Captain Joe's footage, and his footage looked so crispy. That's why I was looking at the detail, and he told me, yeah, he had to turn the exposure down, and then put on a certain level filter to get that result because everybody else's look kind of not blur, but just cloudy, a little bit of cloudiness to it. It wasn't that crispy look that I like. And I'm like, I don't know, but that really got me kind of itching. Said if I can get footage like that, then I would be happy, extremely happy.
Well, the camera's definitely better.
Yeah.
It's just fragile. That thing is fragile. Where the freaking thing is that? Down here. Here it is. Look. I'll show you. I don't know. I printed these bumpers out. I got Dobo's bumpers on the way. I printed these other ones out, and they were.
Yeah.
You know, it just feels like the Mini 4 or the Mini 3 it's just very fragile. And the Avata was more robust, so if you crashed it, you know what I mean, you could just pick it up. You wouldn't have to worry about it. I mean, it would screech and it was loud, but yeah, man.
And that's another.
I gotta fly it more. I don't have ND filters, so I'm still waiting on that.
Yeah, and that's another thing with the amount of noise. I mean, you know, the bigger drones that I fly, they make their noise, but the newer ones are very quiet, especially when I say once you get them about 100, 150 feet in the air, you don't hear them anymore and stuff. And the only reason I hear whenever I do use a Phantom, the only reason I hear that is because I know the sound, the pitch, and they have a little metallic sound to it also when they fly by and stuff.
It's not as loud. It's not as screechy.
You got jokes,
Adrian, you're Abercrombie and Finch. Do you know what that is?
The one now?
No, you don't know what it is.
Say you looking real sporty there, partner.
Yeah.
got your little Ralph Lauren shirt on with the little pink touches on it.
What's going on, Matty Jordan? Well, you got jokes. Look what the jackass said.
That's why I said it again, because I just read his.
Doesn't come with men's size.
This is a medium, sir, in men.
It's medium. It's medium. It's medium. Oh man, that's cool. That's cool. So
yeah, I know, Matty.
You go to San Diego and Arizona once a month.
I go to I got all the projects for this framing company. I've been working with them for like 6 years, 7 years. So I do all the. They're out of Arizona, so they like what I'm doing, which is great. It's unfortunate that I took it from somebody in Arizona, their gigs, because I was just doing all the Northern California stuff. But they want me to do everything, so I'm flying to San Diego on the 7th. And on the 21st again to Arizona for 4 projects. One of them is a dorm being built at ASU, Arizona
Oh
State.
man, those are nice jobs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm a little bit concerned because it's the heat, dude. When I went there the last time,
Yeah.
it was like 11 o'clock, I think, and it was probably close to 90 degrees.
Well,
And
that's
uh,
when
and,
that's when
and
you
I'm a
want
little
to be
concerned
up
for the
early.
battery and shit like that. Yeah, but a
You'll
lot of the
be up.
flights here, I don't stay the night, Dre. I turn and burn. I fly
Yeah.
out early. I go there. I do all what I got to do, which is pretty
Mhm.
relatively quick, and do the whole getting on the plane security shit again, which I hate.
Well, you
And
might stitch it out the extra
which is
day
in the evening.
because I'm just thinking that Southern California, Arizona, similar type weather is that far as the sun's gonna pop up 6 a.m., 5:30. You could be up flying 6:30 a.m., 7 o'clock, boom, because you'll have enough sunlight because it's gonna be so bright. And by the time you get to 9 o'clock, you want to be done because
Yeah.
it's too hot to fly. The ambient temperature for the drone is going to be harming you more.
Was it like 104 degrees or something like that? What's
It
the
can't be.
temperature? Something like that.
Oh
Right
yeah,
for the drone,
like yeah. Like I said,
exceeded limit.
I remember when I was doing my Lando did a great job today, Gary. Proud of that.
Who the hell is Lando?
Lando Norris, he's an F1 driver. He won his
Oh,
first Grand Prix in Miami today.
Okay.
But I know like out here, I have the Phantoms, dude. By 8 o'clock, 8:30, them batteries are starting to creep up around 120, 125 and stuff. And I mean, the hottest battery I ever had went to 140. And that's critical.
140.
Yeah, 140 is critical and stuff. And that's why I learned, I said, hey, gotta be in here. If you can start at 6 a.m., usually the sun is up high enough between 6 a.m., 6:15, boom, first flight, get it out there, and you want to be walking away by 9 a.m.
Yeah,
Hey,
I think it
brother,
was
you're
just
right.
it was the first time there, so it was kind of like touchy feely.
Yeah,
And I got to be there when the site is open, so I can
right,
go and
right.
go contact the superintendent and whoever's running the gigs.
Yeah,
But
and
that's my concern with Arizona.
Yeah, believe me, them boys gonna be there at 6 in the morning this summertime because they're gonna be on. We call it summer hours where we bring the guys in at 5, 4 or 5 in the morning because, like I say, the later in the day, it don't get no cooler. It just gonna stay hot. Once it gets hot, it just stays hot. Yeah, it just stays hot. I mean, you talking about 8, 9. You talking about the sun don't set till 8:30, and it's still gonna be almost in the 90s.
Yeah.
So like I say, it don't get cooler till like 1 o'clock in the morning.
That's nuts.
So
So that's something I'm gonna have to acclimate, like you said, because
right.
you're in that in that temperature. Up here, it's not as hot unless you go in towards Sacramento and stuff like that.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You want to be on the site, ready for that first battery to take off around. I mean, between 6 and 6:30 a.m. You want to be taking off, getting that first battery in and stuff, and try to be done by 9.
9. That's definitely food for thought.
Yeah.
Hey guys, thank you for the thumbs up on the stream. Appreciate it.
Where are you at now, Adrian? How many likes? Since I don't have
26.
YouTube open.
26 it says.
See, you love. He calls me most of the time, Andre, and he cries. And what the fuck? Nobody loves me. Why are people doing this? Go to my gun channel. Give me a like, a thumbs up.
What's going on? Organized Confusion Drone. Thank you for popping in, bud. I appreciate it.
Yeah. But I'm happy for you, man. I'm happy because I know at one point you was talking about throwing in the towel for a while there.
Oh, dude, it gets frustrating. I ain't gonna lie for you, dude. It has the ebbs and flows and stuff like that. And like you would say all the time, it's just a tool and stuff. And I just offer more than that, like ground camera work and things of that nature. But it's a constant sell, dude. And I'm not I'm not a salesman, dude. Because if I was a salesman, that's what I would have been doing for the longest. So it definitely.
And the difference between you and me, when you walked away from you retired from your other job, that put a lot more extra pressure. Because now you say, okay, I retired, but I still need to make a certain level of income. See, I haven't got to there yet. I got another 2.5 years to go, and then I'll be sitting in your seat. Trying to say, okay, I still want to make this kind of money here and there. And then the pressure add on me to where I got to start being the hard seller. Right now, I'm soft selling stuff. I'll ease into the back door and say, "I told you so. You should have hired me. I could have did this for you." I
Well,
can't.
Jay, I'll be real with you. I'm not.
Not
I
a
don't like
genius
getting
point.
on. I don't like getting on airplanes. I have a fear of flying. Ask my wife; she'll tell you, dude. I trip
Oh
out.
wow.
But
Mm,
the fact that it's all about the
yeah.
funds and you got to live, you got
Hmm.
to pay bills, you got to do your shit. I had to
Yeah.
overcome the fear, and you know what I
Yeah.
mean. And still to this day, when I leave on the 7th, I'm going to be sweating bullets when I walk into the airport. But it's all good, you know.
Yeah.
If it's time to go, it's time to go. If the good Lord
Yeah.
calls me, then it is what it is.
Well, I don't know what your long term plan is, but I know for me, if things continue to progress as they are, I can see myself at one point being at the level of a what is it, the Z View or Droner's IO type of thing. To
That's what I'm
where,
not. That's not my. I don't think I can
yeah,
ever get to that, Dre. But I
yeah,
could see you as getting to that because you know
yeah,
you do things the right way in terms of
yeah,
approaching it and things. I'm not saying that I do it wrong, but I
yeah,
think you put yourself out there
yeah,
and you do it the right way. You're a very
yeah,
positive person, and it's good to be around people like that
yeah.
and
And,
and
and
learn
that
from it.
and I can say that for me, that would be a
Joe,
ultimate goal, where I would send work out to pilots, contract with other pilots and stuff. And I want to be in a position where after growing up in this industry from the ground up and going through a lot of different other programs like the old drone deploy, not drone deploy, what were they? Drone base and whatever other programs like that.
Zeit View.
Yeah,
You don't want to be like Zeit View, though,
no,
Dre.
no, I want to be the opposite. I
The
want to be able
motherfuckers are
to give
cheap.
give the pilots the lion's share of the
Joe,
money, and all I need is just a small percentage of that, you know. And that's what I said. That's where I want to be at. That I can actually promote the pilots and you know and give them the lion's share of the cut. And all I need is basically like a little small finder's fee type of thing.
yeah.
Because what happens to a lot of companies, they want to go brick and mortar too soon, too fast. And because once you start, having the large buildings, then you talk about, oh, now you got to pay rent on that building,
I
utilities.
was like that one company. What was it called? Precision Hunt,
Yeah,
right? They
precision
went
hunt.
out of
Yeah,
business
yeah, went out of business.
after a long.
Like I say, got too big. I mean, they used to be the big dogs. Precision hunt. They used to be separate. Then they bought Droners IO, and like I said, they were the big dogs. And actually, you get all this equipment. And that's what I heard. I saw somebody post a picture of all the drones they had in warehouse storage. They were selling off because they filed bankruptcy and stuff. And I said, this is what happens when a lot of times when you get too big too fast, and it's just not enough out there.
Thank you, Genius point.
And you gotta have that slow growth approach sometimes. You just take a little bit, just enough to keep you fed, and keep.
Hey, you said
growing.
you're I think I watched you or heard you on Paul Murray's stream. You said your thermal work is picking up, right?
Yeah,
I
that's
didn't know you
so.
had your
Yeah,
level
how
one
you doing?
certification.
Yeah,
So what's up to
yeah.
Joe?
I got that in January and stuff, man. And even though I'm not doing any reports, but I'm capable of doing reports because I got, and I usually say level 2 and up is the ones who are actually qualified to do reports.
Oh,
But
you can't do reports if you're level 1?
You can. They just, the people in the industry, in the thermal industry, because see, thermal is just not for solar. It's for any type of industrial inspection.
Yeah.
You can have a person do thermal inspection with a ground thermal handheld and looking at equipment, equipment issues like it. That's the class I took was more focused on that than it was from area.
For drone
it was more
stuff.
it was more focused on equipment inspections, all this kind of stuff. And that's what they're saying, that having your level 1 can certifies you as a person who can go out and do an inspection. But they talk about always this. I don't know if it's the whole money thing of getting another class out of you, more money out of you. That level 2 is where they think that you would be more qualified to do official reports and all this kind of stuff. I'm like,
Sure, those classes ain't cheap. The FLIR thermal class, I paid for that motherfucker before I got to cancel because I had issues in my car. But it was like $22,000, $2,200.
Yeah, I
and
remember
if you
you
failed,
doing
then yeah.
I'm like, I say it's no joke.
Yeah,
it's no joke, man. No joke.
But you're benefiting. You're benefiting from it.
Well, like I say,
so that's a positive. See, I think if I would have done it and ultimately went through the whole thing, the end result is I would have had no thermal work. I just said that fucking drone sitting here, a thermal drone, and I would have had no return on investment.
Well,
So that I mean,
just,
I'm glad it didn't work out, and it took me to fall on my face on that one.
yeah. Well, I always say, like I said, I bought my that Enterprise Advance three years ago, and now it's really paying for itself. So I'm like you. I took a leap of faith, and like I said, I'm seeing what I'm seeing in the industry that I work in. That I say, okay, I'm seeing this. I see that the laws here, building code laws, are stating that once you build so many houses, they have to have solar panels on them. So I said to myself, there's going to be a market for this down the road, for inspections, for these things operating properly and all this kind of stuff. And I see where cities are setting up big old solar arrays to cut down on city costs for electricity, all this kind of stuff. So there's going to be a need for it. And I said, that's why I said leap of faith. I want to be in position to be able to say, okay, I got it. I got the drone you need. I got this and that, and I'm ready to go.
Are you flying your M30 or no?
I fly both. I fly both. Usually, like say the for residential houses, I use it Enterprise Advanced. It's quiet, in and out. Certain what. If I do the big Amazon facilities, I break that M30 out, dude. It gets it done. Boom, 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 boom. Good to go and stuff. And I like the way the new the new Mavic 3s and up do how they separate the categories of pictures you take and they
by folder.
By
makes
folder.
It so much easier.
Yeah. So
you got to pull. I think you got to land and pull the battery out.
Right.
That's what I did with the facade inspection. South wall.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna fucking use the whole battery. I'm gonna land it, pull the battery out, put the next one in, and it's already in a folder. Just name it.
There you go. Because that's how I do the folders off the battery. When you swap batteries, no matter how many pictures you took with that first battery, it puts it in a separate folder than when you put the next battery in. So that way you don't get confused, because the Mavic Enterprise Advanced, it just keeps going, dude. They don't put no separate folders. So I always got to take like a reference shot. Like when I do a house, So I take a reference shot of the house. Each one I begin, just in case I do like Friday, I did 5 houses Friday. Okay. 5 different houses I do. Like I said, doing the houses are easy, really easy. They take about maybe 20, 30 minutes tops. I did 5 houses, but I had to travel from one end of the county to the other and stuff. But like you said,
Bob Casey.
It was worth it. You know, it was a good payday for me to knock those houses out. It's just the distance I had to travel, the hustle back and forth.
Do you go? You're pretty close to. You're in LA County now, or are you in San Bernardino County?
San Bernardino County, and I say I had one job because the sun didn't come out till late. That was the problem. We had an overcast morning, which you're used to. Overcast morning. The sun didn't come out until around noon, and I had 5 locations to go to. So I ended up starting, instead of going.
Hey, brother Casey, how you doing?
Rancho Cucamonga and San Dimas, I ended up going to Cherry Valley, which is out going towards Palm Springs, and then worked my way back. Cherry Valley, Redlands, south into Riverside, then to Rancho Cucamonga. I finished in San Dimas. And I know you understand this kind of traffic. I tell you this kind of traffic. I was done at 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
What time did you get home? 6?
5:30.
Oh,
it's out. It's only 33 miles from my house from San Dimas.
It's like that here.
That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm talking about. Hour and a half to go 33 miles, dude.
Yeah. If I could jump and put all my equipment in my motorcycle, I'd go ride the job sites in it. I could split lanes.
Yeah. So that's why I say, I always try to map out my assignments and knowing the traffic, patterns, or when traffic's flowing one way or another, and try to always go in the opposite direction wherever I can. But the weather messed me up Friday. We got overcast in the morning because I had a mapping job in Ontario. I did that first thing in the morning, and I was going to go to Rancho, San Dimas, and work my way back east. And that way I would have been leaving Cherry Valley, coming home to San Bernardino, in the opposite direction of traffic. And I probably would have been done 2 hours earlier on top of that. Wow. So that the weather threw me off big time, because you can't do solar in overcast days. You got to have some sunlight, because you got to have that. You got to have it. That's why I say you invest in a radiance meter, and it has to be a level of at least 600. What they call it, megawatts of generated heat. So I mean, you can't do it in an overcast day, doing a solar inspection. You gotta have some sunlight and stuff. So And these houses I've been doing are weird. They're not solar
Are they new
panels
home?
that we think of. They're not.
Are they
They're
new
on existing home, but the solar stuff is in the shingles. The shingles are the solar
Really?
itself.
So it's not on the roof. It's on the exterior.
No. It's on
walls
the
of-
roof. It's on the
Oh,
roof,
okay.
like the shingles on a house.
Oh,
So
okay.
Yeah, the shingles on the house, on the roof of the house, is the solar and stuff. And they have a little collection, I guess, the collection bar on the edge that collects the energy from the shingles.
Now, Dre, I got a question. You said your thermal certification. So for that one, you're using the Mavic 2 Pro Enterprise or using the M30T?
For the houses, I'm using the Enterprise Advanced for the houses.
Okay.
If I get like an Amazon facility, something large like that, a warehouse, then I'll bring out the M30T.
M30T, okay.
Yeah.
Dre, no plans on getting the M3T since you got all the batteries for your your Enterprise and your multi-spectrum.
If I do, it's because I bought it off somebody who wants to get rid of one. I don't really have a need for it because other than the thermal, which I have 2 thermal. It just be extra.
Your 2 is still working good, and it's all the same.
Oh yeah, right.
640, 510, 520.
Right. That's what I'm saying. All
I'm
use the same.
Better than the other.
Right. And only, like I say, right now, because I still have the Mavic 2 Pros, I got 14 Mavic 2 Pro batteries, dude.
Oh, you haven't sold them? I still have the Mavic 2 Pro, and I checked that the Phantom 4 Pro V2. I got 10 batteries, and in the garage, I have Laguna drones, Phantom 4 Pro. The job you remember on Facebook, the dude was looking for a pilot in Sunnyvale. I'm still doing that. In fact, I was going to tell him I can't do it anymore, but it's coming to an end. It's so easy, dude. But it's interesting flying the Phantom drones when you've flown the newer drones, and it's like, I don't want to be a prick. I like that drone, but newer is always better. I mean, at least for me it is. I don't know. I mean, I like it, and it does good things, and it's so much bang for the buck. You're never going to get a drone like that again. Not from DJI.
No, not from anybody. Nobody's going to like that.
They're going to want you to buy all separate drones.
Yeah, that's why when I get on Facebook and I hear guys, laugh about, oh, you're still using that old tech. I said, dude, this tech has made me more money than you'll ever believe. Them Phantoms, man, they have paid for. I said,
do it all.
I tell everybody, every Phantom I own are all used. I bought them all used, dude.
And how many you said you had?
I have 4 of them.
4 of them. No plans on selling them.
No.
All right, Gary.
And like I said, I never. Only one I paid good money for was the RTK one, and I only paid 20.
That's why you have the RTK.
I bought the RTK one from Autorama. I only paid them $2,100 for it.
Oh wow, it's a great price. And you have all the batteries, so it makes sense.
And like I said, I had all the batteries. Almost, I got like another 12, 15, Phantom batteries. Like I said, the Mavic 2 series, I got 14 batteries for that. And right now, now that I got this other Mavic 3, I got 6 for one drone, and I just picked up 2 more from a guy here locally, so I have 5 for that one. So that'd be a total of 11 batteries. And I say for every one Mavic 3 battery, that's almost equivalent to 2 Phantom batteries.
Dre, are you thinking about buying a power station, or you think it's too expensive? I'm talking about DJI Power Station 1000 and the 500. Adrian, have you seen those? Oh, you don't fly. Forget about it.
No, I haven't seen that.
I'm just joking with you.
When I saw it out, I said it looked like the Blue Yetis, and I already have one of those.
Oh, okay.
And I got a little small, cheaper one that I take out in the field with me that can charge for a whole day. I remember I had those one job. I had 14 Home Depots to do. I think that little cheap one I bought off Amazon charged up about 4 or 5 Mavic 2 Pro batteries for a whole day for me, which was enough to go through and have more batteries that I needed. And that was for 14. It was a 2-day job. I had 14 Home Depots to do.
Wow. That's when you needed something like that.
Yeah.
And of course, here we have a lot of rolling blackouts. I don't know if it's like that down where you're at, but up here where I'm at, man, we have a lot of rolling blackouts. It's kind of crazy.
They always threaten us with that every summer. That's why I talk about people don't use the AC, blah blah blah. And I'm like, whatever.
Hey, Big Water UAV Solution. Thank you for popping in, buddy.
We'll see what happens and stuff.
Hey, Dre, you're going to the Vegas drone meetup, not to sidetrack you. I'm gonna try to go. If we don't make the playoffs, I'm definitely gonna go.
Yeah, because at first I was going to go to the UAV Expo in Vegas, but then I said I know it's hard for my wife to get that time off because school just starts in September. So I said it might be better for us to go ahead and go to the drone meetup in November. And matter of fact, I already booked my room and stuff for up there. And
did you go to the Green Valley? Is the Green Valley? Did you do the Green Valley Ranch? Is that where they're staying at, or are you just staying at?
No. I have I'm staying at.
That's right. You have. That's right. You have a timeshare. Yeah.
We're gonna be down there on probably just outside of. It's on the border. We're South Las Vegas Boulevard, right, just south of the airport. Where I'm
okay.
So I'm not far from where everybody's gonna be at and stuff and everything. So yeah, we'll be able to do that. So I know Bob is on a cruise in Japan right now or something.
Are you on a committee for him? Are you
Bob,
Tom?
He mentioned something about being on some kind of committee, so that's why I said, yeah, I'm definitely going to go and stuff. Since he wants me to participate in the committee, so I said, yeah, I'll definitely go and stuff. And anybody else who's in here have not heard, there's a Vegas drone meetup November 8th through the
He put out like he put out a registration thing. I filled it out. If you need a roommate, if you're looking to share rental.
Right. If you need any information, I know it's the same weekend as Veterans Day weekend, and I think it's that Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which I believe is the 7th, 8th, and 9th, because Veterans Day is going to be the 10th, that Monday, I believe. I could be off by a day. But get a hold of Bob Dempsey. He's the person in charge of the Old Farts on Facebook. He does his shows every Wednesday at noon. So you might want to jump in there. I'm not sure if he's going to be on this week. I know he's on a cruise in Japan right now. I don't know if he's back or not. But you can get the information from Bob Dempsey, Facebook page Old Farts. If you're interested in participating, coming out, visit, whatever, I'm sure Vegas is always a good place for folks to come out and have a good time. It's an adult playground, so you will never be bored in Vegas. So we'll appreciate anybody who wants to come out. Stuff. Yeah. So I say you got you got about at least 4 or 5 jobs monthly that you're doing now?
Yeah, around there. About
that's good.
About that much, and whatever falls in that facade. I work with this company called Nadar. They're out of Washington. I don't know if you've heard of them. And usually, if there's things to do, it's all roof inspections, and now it's picking up facade inspections.
Right.
And they do me good. If I don't agree to they're going to pay me some, I could just tell them, and they'll raise it. I mean, they've been pretty cool about that stuff. So it's not like your Site View or any of those places like that. Right. I try not to deal with those type of people. Right. But I'm trying to do my best to kind of get more work, obviously. But it's a struggle. And, we're learning.
That's like Fly Guys. They give me what I call icing on the cake jobs, man. I mean, I usually have about 4 to 5 jobs I do every month, year-long contracts. I love those kind of
through Fly Guys.
Not through Fly Guys give me the solar work, but other company I do through Trace Air, stuff like that. They give me the long construction jobs. I love those because they're repeat work,
recurring revenue. Yeah,
recurring revenue. So that way I can count on my money. So that way I can budget anything I want to buy because I said, okay, I know for the next 6, 8, 9, 10, 12 months. I'll be able to make this kind of money in the long run and stuff. And they deal primarily with this one builder he's got projects all across the area out here where I'm at, San Bernardino, Riverside County. So it's like there's a total of 8 jobs I deal with them.
Yeah. But that area is kind of booming though, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. The area is booming. They're building houses, they're building warehouses all the time, dude. And that's why I say, that's why I tell people, I said, there's mainly 2 things you're going to do in the drone business. Either you're going to have to establish yourself in an area that's growing, or you're going to be a road warrior. You're going to go where the jobs are at. That's about how it rolls. And as I said, if you want to stay in the residential real estate market, you better get about a half dozen or so realtors that are feeding you listings.
So it's so flooded. And if to do something like Dobo's doing, and he's good at his craft. He's great at his craft, and he secured those accounts so they keep on coming back.
Right,
that's
like
great.
I say, he has several different agents. I try to tell folks, you just can't do it with one agent. You got to have at least 6 or more.
But it's few and far between to have something like that. Yeah. So you got to be at your top game to be doing stuff like that.
Because I remember Dobo posting some real, dumps before the pass, and then all of a sudden you get noticed. You get people look at your work, even the locations that ain't worth nothing because of the conditioning. But now he's doing multi-million-dollar locations. Yeah. So like you say, he's established himself in his area, and now he's moving to the more high-end area, not far from where he lives. And that's how I tell folks. Sometimes you got to grow it. You got to plant some seeds. And you got to water it and grow it, and still put out good work.
He's doing a great job, amazing job.
Yeah. So, like I say, I tell folks all the time. I said, this stuff is just not. People think, oh, I'm gonna quit my job and go do this. I said, no, don't do that. You better stay where you're at and do this on the side till you get established. And you got some good contracts, or you got good people who are feeding you work on a regular basis, so you know what your income flow is.
That definitely words of wisdom.
Yeah. So that's what I told folks. I said I'm using these last several years before I retire, man, to establish myself in this area. So when people come out here, and I know people in especially construction industry, they all know each other. Developers know developers, engineers know engineers. Just like you got guys who do drywall, know drywall guys, concrete guys, know concrete guys, so on and so forth. So when they ask, well, who did you use to do this work for you? Oh yeah, that's Al over there. Yeah. But here's his number. Give him a call.
Word gets around.
Yeah, word gets around. It's a small circle. Believe me, it's a small circle and stuff. Like I said, the big boys who are doing a lot of work, and like I said, guys you're working for multiple states.
And it's the same. It's pretty much the same guys I see. They travel like they're superintendents.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I remember you in San Jose. They're flying you over here to do these things. Yeah,
Yeah, and he'll be there. He'll be there for 3, maybe 6 months and stuff, and then he'll go on to another job.
To the next
stuff. And they'll bring somebody else in to do the finishing touches or whatever stuff. That's what I'm saying. People like working with people they know and work with before, especially in construction. It's always been that way. They like being with people they know and stuff.
How many people are watching now, Adrian? I don't have the stream up. My bad.
You're all right. Right now, we got 14, and I'm about to go and get off in a minute anyway. We've been on now for going about an hour and 37 minutes.
Yeah, Paul's about to come on in about 4 minutes. So it's a good time to jump off.
Definitely. All right, you guys. Dre, always a pleasure. Adrian, thanks for having me. Everybody in the chat, have a good one. We'll see you around the way. All right, guys. Stay safe. Later.
See you later, man.
Late.
All right, guys. Thank you for popping in, everyone. I appreciate it. This was just a last-minute stream that I decided to go ahead and do. I called my boy Dre and asked if he would want to come in. He said, yeah. It turned out pretty good, but we're going to go ahead and call it a night.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Those who did not see the ticker at the bottom, I have a sponsor, Air Data. You can use my discount code, Recovery1Drone20 for 20% off on your subscription to Air Data.
I take advantage of it, guys. Again, thanks to everybody in the chat. Al Diaz, you also, Andrea, thank you for popping in. Hey, Andrew, thank you for popping in, buddy. Sorry you came in so late, but we're about to hop out. You'll have a good one. I'll see you all later.
Later.